What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to Alice in Chains. Yes, indeed. Alice in Chains fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from Amasaic, and this is actually one of Amasaic's 3 prioritized requests for the month of January for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Amasaic. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Amasaic wanted to see me react to this song by Alice in Chains called What the Hell Have I? Okay, have I heard the song before? No, I have not heard the song before. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, okay, yeah, I recognize the song now, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Alice in Chains, and the video has 6.7 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. Alright, here we go. Alice in Chains, What the Hell Have I? Official video. Wah, wah, wah. Well, actually... no. Okay, Alice in Chains have blocked me a couple times. They blocked a couple of my reactions. They blocked, what was that song? I Stay Away. They blocked that one. And they blocked Rooster. They blocked both of those. So... but they unblock them. That's the funny thing. That I'll contest it, and then they'll actually release the claim. So that's cool. I don't know why they even bother blocking it then, but whatever. It's all good. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I like the harmonies right there, man. Oh, that was welcome. That was absolutely welcome. I'm assuming that was the chorus we just heard. I'm going to assume it's the chorus. Yeah, that was nice. I liked the chorus. I don't know about the verses. They feel, the verses, if I'm being honest, the verses feel a little disjointed so far. Like, it's not quite lining up. What's happening musically and what's happening vocally, it's like they should be here, right? And they're not. They're like here. They're just like it's ever so slightly off. just enough to get your attention. It doesn't sound bad. It just doesn't sound like it's lining up properly. But then, in the chorus, boom, everything lined up properly. Everything, drums, bass, guitar, vocals, harmonizations in the vocals, all lined up. So, now, thought, maybe they're doing that on purpose. Maybe they're doing the verses like that on purpose so that when it does all snap together instantly for the chorus, to make the chorus more effective. That is very possible. And I do like it when bands do that, actually, now that I think about it. I like it when bands do that kind of thing for effect. It makes, look, there's no denying it makes the chorus more effective. It makes a bigger impact when that chorus snaps together, comes in, everything lined up. So it's smart. It's smart songwriting. Let's keep going. See what I mean? It's like I said, the verse doesn't sound bad. It's not a bad verse. It doesn't sound terrible. It doesn't sound horrible. It just sounds like it's not quite lining up. Exactly. It feels just a little disjointed, a little disconnected. But man, when that chorus comes in, and it's not even like a gradual thing. It's like a slap in the face. Pow! Instant. Very effective. It's very effective. I like the riff that they go to. I mean, that the old E to D, to A to E riff. That's a clap. Man, so many bands have used that riff. I can't even begin to tell you how many bands have used that riff. The E, you start on the E, go up to the D, to the A, down to the E again. It's a classic riff. I like how they incorporated that into the chorus. That was really cool. The verses are in A, which are interesting. Shifting down to E. I mean, it's not again, not unheard of. It's actually a pretty common thing to do. But having that again, it's going back to almost like what's the mode? Phrygian dominant. I think A Phrygian dominant. Yeah. 1, flat 2, major 3, 4. Yeah, that. Well, I haven't heard what 6 and 7 do though, so it may not be. No, my gut's telling me Phrygian dominant, so let's stick with it. But again, that whole 1, flat 2, major 3, 4, major 3, flat 2, 1, that whole like Middle Eastern, Hindu-ish type of feel of a mode. It just feels good, man. I've always been a big fan of that mode. Anyway, let's finish the song out and we'll get to the review. trying to think, what album would this have been off of? It wasn't on Facelift. It wasn't on Dirt. I know they released a couple albums after that, but I didn't follow them. I don't know. No, look, sorry, I got distracted. Squirrel. No, it was, look, I'm so discombobulated right now for some reason. Anyway, it was, okay, let me get my head back together again. I don't know why I'm so discombobulated right now. I can't even form a complete sentence. I have to use the occasional verb. Okay, let me gather my thoughts, and I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Alice in Chains with What the Hell Have I? This was a request from Amasaic, and this is actually one of Amasaic's 3 prioritized requests for the month of January for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Amasaic. I hope you enjoyed the show. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that an 8.4. Yep, 8.4. I feel good about that score provisionally. And you're probably wondering, what do you mean provisionally? Let me tell you why.
Why?
I am giving the score an 8.4 provisionally. Now, the song itself, it's a borderline between a really good and a great. It can honestly go either way. Now, here's where the provisionally comes into play. My main gripe about the song was the verses. The verses, like I said, they felt slightly disjointed, not quite exactly lining up within the parts of the verse. Vocals didn't quite line up with the guitars, which didn't quite line up with the drums. Bass is kind of stuck there in the middle, trying to be the glue to hold everything together. But it wasn't so disconjointed and separated that it was a complete and utter mess. It was just, it's literally the difference between this and this. I mean, it was that small of a difference. But then on the choruses, it just snapped together and everything lined up perfectly. Now, here's where the provisionary comes into play. If they made the verses the way they made them on purpose, for the purpose of making the chorus sound more effective, and because of that instantaneous snap, nothing gradual, it instantly snapped together and lined up beautifully. If that's the whole reason why they did the verses the way they did, that is absolutely brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant and very intelligent, far forward thinking. I absolutely dig that. And if that is the case, then it gets the 8.4. I don't know for certain if they did that intentionally. I'm going to go on a leap of faith here, and I'm going to say that they did, because knowing Jerry Cantrell and the way he writes songs, he's a very intelligent songwriter. I'm leaning towards that was intentional. So that's why it's getting the 8.4, okay? More than any other reason. Now look, even if it wasn't intentional, even if it was just coincidence, okay, that happened, it's still like between like a 7.9 and an 8.1, somewhere in there. You know, I don't know exactly where, because I'm so focused on the provisionary. So I don't know which way to go on that. I'm leaning, honestly, I'd probably just call it in the middle and say 8.0, which nonetheless is still a great score. So, you know, but no, I'm giving it the 8.4 based on the provisionary. The drumming on this was probably the most solid drumming that, well, not that I've ever heard. I'm not going to say that, but probably the most solid part of the song was the drumming. It was pretty solid through the entire song. Thankfully. Now, the guitars, here's where things really kind of got disjointed for me. And again, this goes back to Jerry Cantrell, and I'm almost positive that he did this intentionally. Playing in that Phrygian dominant mode, which I love, by the way, but the way that the chordal pattern happened, the way the chordal structure happened, I kept wanting it to go down, because it was an A. I kept wanting it to go down to like D. You know, I wanted the flow to go from A to like G to D, or A to F to D. Because it just, the way the melodic line he was playing, it was going down, it was descending, and it would go down, but then it would come back up to A again. And I'm like, wait a minute, but you're throwing a swerve at us here. Yeah, I was really seeing it going down to D, seriously, but it never did. It always stayed up on that A. The bass on this, to be perfectly honest with you, it got kind of buried in the mix. There were a couple points where I heard it come through, especially in particular in the chorus when everything did snap together. Otherwise, like during the verses, I couldn't really hear it all that well, which is a shame. But you know, like I've always said, I'm used to it. You know, I'm a bass player. I'm used to being drowned out in the mix anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Vocally, not the most impressive vocals I've heard from Alice in Chains, if I'm being honest here. But they were still, I mean, they were still up there. And what they were, trust me, they weren't the worst vocals I've ever heard in my life. But I've heard more impressive vocal performances from Lane Staley than this song. You know what I mean? Not to say that it was bad. I'm just saying it was, I've heard more impressive from him in the past. So, but overall, like I said, I'm giving the song an 8.4 provisionally. And I'm basing that provisionary based on the intentional songwriting, making the verse kind of disjointed so that when the chorus came in, it was far more impactful. Now, like I said, if that's not the case, then I would have given it like, you know, an 8.0, you know, probably. So, but nonetheless, a great score either way. But I'm gonna go with the 8.4. I'm gonna stick with the 8.4. That is where we're gonna stay. So, 8.4, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, to become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you do choose to become a member of the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.